Hey, it's Gord. I'm winging this. I always wing it, but this time I start before I press play or record. I know what I'm talking about at least. This time, got nothing for you. But I knew that you all want a video a day, or at least a lot of you do. A lot of you take a part of your day to watch me, and I appreciate that. So I wanted to put something out today. I might put a unboxing. See, today is day 2 of my 2 days prior to visiting my son having to go without medicine. So tonight I pick him up. And then 48 hours later, no, actually, this time I keep him for 3 days. So 72 hours later, I drop him off. It'll be a total of 5 days without medicine. That's why I really don't have a subject, so I'm going on to that subject right now because my brain isn't thinking too well. I'm trying not to, but I'm concentrated on my pain. And this is also a place I can record the results that these restrictions have on me and others that are under my kind of situation. See, I really hope one day an advocacy lawyer is going to just end up watching this, or somebody's going to go, I know a lawyer that likes this idea. And they're going to look at it and they're going to realize that I am only one of many parents in Canada that have had their lives disrupted after being allowed to medically take cannabis. And hopefully that person will look and say, there's a class action lawsuit here. There is a outright determination of the justice system to continue to prosecute something that is becoming legal, to continue to hurt parents and thereby their children. This is not just for me. I know that if I'm battling something, there are more people battling it. And there is strength in numbers and getting that information out there. So for the few of you that follow me that once in a while give a thumbs down because they're tired of the subject, I'm sorry. It's part of my subject. It's part of my life. It's part of following me. One day you will all celebrate with me when I take a toke with my son here in the house, of course with the door closed so he won't have to breathe it, with the window open so that it'll be clear before he ends up entering. But we will celebrate the fact that the restrictions are gone. You know, for me, I could sit here and smoke a cigarette beside him while I talk to you. None issue. I could sit here and get totally drunk with you while I'm babysitting him. Won't be an issue. But have a toke with the door closed and the window open to get rid of a little pain so I can look after him a little better. And the rule of the law and the ex-wife and the lawyer come down on me. That's a hypocritical way for a child to be raised. How can he even... He's a smart boy, and how can he understand that? You know, it's... I woke up at 9 in pain. Normally I try to sleep in before he comes over because I have a hard time sleeping with him here. But again, no medicine, no sleep. And one day I will use some of these to bring to court to prove that that not only am I not hurting my child when I do medicate once in a while when he is in the same building. Heck, I'd go outside in a snowstorm to be able to medicate while I have him around so that I'm not looking after my child in excruciating pain. The only time my son has seen me for 7 months now is while I'm in pain. He doesn't get to see me pain-free anymore. Yesterday, I was talking with Rebecca. We were sitting here, not yesterday, 2 days ago. We were sitting here, well medicated. She has an awful lot of pain, back pain, terrible, terrible, bad accident a few years back. And we were talking about how we had medicated to the point of there was zero pain for a little while, even to the point that we're starting to get a little bit high from the medicine itself. And we celebrated that moment. That's a really special moment for people with chronic pain, to have a time with none. I wasn't high, nor was she. We were just finally to the point of pain-free. My son hasn't seen me that way since they moved out. He hasn't seen me pain-free. So since then, we used to, I could go to my room, which used to be in the basement, hidden away, locked, have a couple of tokes, or however else I was going to medicate, then come back up and take my son for a walk to the playground and spend a good hour or so with him. I can't do that anymore. I can't take him to the playground because I can't relieve the pain before I go, and the pain that'll be caused from being there and working with him. So to any intelligent person, these restrictions hurt my child. Yes, they hurt me. That's her intent. But she has to be. She's 33 years old. She has to be smart enough to understand. She even said it to me in a text. You hurt his mom, you hurt him. You yell at his mom, you're yelling at him. Then why is it not the other way around? You're hurting his dad. And you're hurting his dad for the purpose of hurting his dad. This won't bode well for her in the future with her relationship with her child. And that also hurts my son. So that's why I try to end it all the time, is I hope one day she'll see the light, that she's hurting herself. It's kind of like I shared in Google, Milo Yiannopoulos. The craziest gay guy on the internet, as he calls himself. He had a really good rant about how liberals have killed liberalism all by themselves. 20 years ago, if you look at conservatives, and boy, oh boy, I recognize this because my kids were teens 20 years ago. And I remember so well being a conservative and thinking, there's no way kids will ever be conservative again. Conservatives have a really hard time reaching children, reaching teens, reaching young adults, because liberalism just seems so free. Even though it doesn't make a lot of sense, it seems so free. But what happens when people get in power? Power encapsulates their life. Power becomes the drive. Liberals over the past 20 years have come to power. The conservatives have had to change zero, and they are attracting the youth now. Why? Because liberalism no longer makes any sense. They've gone so far with the pendulum to the other side that they're actually scaring away their own people. They're becoming a small group of elitists. Feminists won't say they're feminists anymore. Many liberals are calling themselves progressive because they don't want to be called liberal. So pendulums do swing too far. People try to do things with short-term aspects and don't see the long-term difficulties in their decisions. My ex needs to see, as a shout out to you, Tia Snoozy. As Tia Snoozy said, She commented on the public video, so I can share that. She said, I was your ex-wife at one time. I treated my husband horribly. I used our child to get to him after our divorce. I was full of hate, and I regret every moment of it now. I love your comment, Tia, because if only she could see that and see the light that she is hurting her own future while hurting her child to hurt me. And she will never, ever achieve true pain on me because the pain I already have in my life is greater than she can cause, and I can beat that pain. So if I can beat my chronic pain, the pain she's trying to push on me through her son will never, ever set. It's a wasted time that's going to hurt her the most in the long run and always cause a slight pain in our child. It has to stop. I'm 11 minutes in. That's a weedless rant. Maybe that's what I'll call it, a weedless rant. A couple of rants about life in general. Might spark some conversation, might not, but I'm here for you all. I'm here for you all. I may come back and do an unboxing. Not quite sure how much you want to see an unboxing without a tasting, but I can smell. We'll see. Peace and cheers, love and harmony. All the best. Remember, you see somebody without a smile today, they probably have an ex-wife.